Let's go. One more. Woo. What's good, guys? So you tired of walking around with those baby arms? But that all ends today, because for this video, I'm gonna put you through my exact bicep routine that's gonna guarantee inches to your arms. So guys, without further ado, welcome to the ReggieBFitness. Yeah, good. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reggie B. So for this routine, it's very simple but tough and effective at the same exact time. So what I've done, I've put specific exercises for you to lift heavy, targeting the thickness of the bicep. And for other exercises, I want you to focus on cable machines, targeting the shaping and definition of the bicep as well. But also what you need to be focused on is increasing weight for every single exercise. Because if you're trying to lift heavy and you're trying to build muscle, you have to increase the weight, because that's the only way you're gonna put on size. So be ready to challenge yourself and push yourself to your limits. So guys, let's just jump right into this video. So you guys ready? Let's get it. So the thing that I like to do first and foremost before attacking my bicep workout is to warm up. Because warming up your biceps before weight training is an important way to prevent injury. While you may think it takes up excess time, improper warm-up or failure to do one at all can lead to bicep rips and tears, and that's very painful. And we're not trying to go into the gym hurting ourselves, we're trying to benefit every single time. So before you attack any exercise or any workout routine, it is so important to warm up beforehand. So now that we're all nicely warmed up, I like to start off my routine with some close grip barbell curls. So keep in mind, throughout this entire routine, I'm going to be switching up my hand placement and the different exercises targeting each head of the bicep. And we all know that the bicep is broken down into two heads, the long and the short. So focusing on this in particular exercise, for the fact that my hand placement is close, now I'm targeting the outer head of the bicep, which is the long head. So it gives you that ability when you're flexing your arms, you have those nice mountaintop peaks. Also guys, when focusing on barbell curls, it gives you the ability to lift heavy. So make sure throughout this entire movement, you're increasing the weight and you're squeezing and having that mind-muscle connection. So now moving on to our next exercise is the preacher curl. So the preacher curl brings a number of benefits that you might not find in a conventional bicep curl. One of the biggest benefits that are associated with preacher curls is its ability to force you into negative movement. So the negative movement really improves muscle growth as well as improving strength. So when you're focusing on this in particular exercise, you want to focus on the eccentric and the concentric movement, which is going to give you the ability to thicken out those biceps. Also guys, keep that core nice and tight, and for the fact that you're up against that bench, it is taking the ability for you to use momentum. And if you want to build those biceps, you don't want to use any other muscles besides the bicep. So focus on every single rep. Whew, so now that we're finished with all that free weight barbell heavy lifting, it is cable time. So now moving on to our next exercise is the line cable curls. And the line cable curls helps you isolate the biceps while preventing you from doing any cheating. And this is actually one of my favorite exercises doing right after the preacher curl, because for the fact that your back is flat on the floor, it is harder for you to create any momentum. Also, it is safer since the path of motion is very controlled. One, I like using free weights. So make sure you're taking advantage of this movement, squeezing and contracting for every single rep, and keep in mind to have that full range of motion, because going through a full range of motion will result in better muscle balance, joint stability, proper activation of the working muscles, and overall better movement quality. So that leads us to our next exercise, is the bench hammer curl, which is great at full range of motion, because for the fact that you're at that dead hang, it really stretches out that muscle, and then when you're squeezing and contracting and shortening the muscle at the top, it gets the blood to really rush in it. This exercise focusing and builds the brachioradialis and the brachialis, which gives you that nice solid bicep thickness. Alright guys, so we're moving on to our last and final exercise. This is more focused on the burnout to hit those extra muscle fibers that wasn't being hit throughout the other exercises. So what I want you to do, we're gonna go behind the back cable curls, do as many as you can. Then from there, you're gonna go to normal cable curls, and then from there, you're gonna go to drag curls. So I want for every single exercise, you can do as many as you can until you can't go no more, and then you're gonna move on to the next exercise. You're gonna go one straight consecutive set, do as many as you can. So guys, let's get it. So here, moving on to one of the last exercises of this routine, is behind the back cable curl. So when focusing on this in particular exercise, you want to have those elbows pointed behind you. It's good to have them by your side, but for this particular exercise, having the elbows pointed behind you is targeting and focusing on the long head of the bicep. So now moving on to our next exercise is the standardized bicep curl. We all know how to do it, so when you're focusing and curling up at the top, keep the core nice and tight and have those shoulders stabilized from coming forward. So now moving on to our next exercise is the drag curl. Keep your core nice and tight, and when you're bent over just a little bit and dragging the curl all the way up at the top, have your shoulder and your wrists at a line to keep the focus on the bicep. Alright guys, there goes my video. Hope you enjoyed. So for those that has watched this video and think this is a little too much volume, I'm just showing you exactly what I've done to increase the inches to my bicep, because my biceps weren't always my strongest point. That actually was my weakest point, but sometimes when you are trying to make your weakest your strongest, you have to be a little crazy, and this is the exact routine that is put on sides of my arms. For those that don't have the muscle endurance, try taking some of these exercises, incorporate into your next bicep workout. Alright guys, before we end this video, don't forget to leave a comment below. Let me know how this video goes, what other future exercises you want me to focus on. Also, don't forget to hit that notification button so you know my next video comes out. It's your boy Reggie B. Like my video, subscribe to my video so your boy can be back. And if you do that, I'll be real proud of you. Metamorphosis complete.